Hello, beautiful beings of love and light. Today we are talking about rejection. My friend Daniela, who I met when I was in Vietnam, who was a good friend of my mentor in Vietnam, Liz Golder, at Nomad Yoga Studio, which is no longer in existence, I believe. Danny, wild Aries fire woman, love you, girl, was the first person to tell me the slogan, rejection is redirection, because I didn't know at the time that I was a love addict. And I had a really, really hard time with rejection because I had put so much of my life energy, my prana, into winning the approval and the validation of my partners, that when they would break up with me, or even when I would break up with them, I was so shattered because I felt so rejected, because I have a deep abandonment wound. But mostly that abandonment wound comes from not showing up for myself. So I can blame my father, everyone, all I want, for abandoning me, when in actuality it is me who has always abandoned me. And that's the strongest message that I can relay to you today, is that self-love, showing up for yourself, isn't just rhetoric. We're not just saying these words because, that's the cool thing to do right now, or it's the popular terminology, or it's the most, what is it called? The most engagement inducing hashtag, that's not even a thing anymore, right? I don't even know. I'm so far beyond the marketing thing, and I don't even give a fuck, because I'm not about trying to win followers. I'm trying to win my own love. Every single day, I'm trying to show up for myself, because that is the truth of what heals you. Showing up and taking action for yourself. So those of you who aren't uncomfortable by the term God, in the recovery book, State of Grace, Daily Meditation, that I read with my morning meditation group every single day, October 19th was the reading on rejection. And in it says, rejection is God's redirection. So recovery has, the 12-step program has edited, made like an amendment to not the preamble, but just the 12 steps. Maybe it is the preamble. I might be getting the terms wrong. To make God include as you define him, or as you understand, or as you know it, right? And the point is that it's just a higher power. It's not about God per se. If that word doesn't resonate with you, it's okay, right? It doesn't have to. Just that you can call upon support from something beyond yourself, something bigger than you. Because in actuality, your spirituality is what matters the most. Because as much as I would like to say and brag that I've had spirituality my whole life, at least for the past 5 years, when I've really had the biggest overtures of love and feeling like I was meeting my life partner, when really I was deceiving myself and not really believing what was right in front of me, I was insane, right? And that's what an addiction is. That's what we're in 12-step recovery for life, is believing what is not there, right? Seeing something that is not actually present, when really it's so ironic, because when really all that's really there is the presence of God or your higher power, which you also can't see. So then it's like this huge contradiction, right? Like the difference between, you can't see your higher power, but it's there. Yeah, but I can feel it, right? I can actually feel the energy of my higher power. And for those of you who energy doesn't resonate with, that's also fine. Like, you don't have to believe in everything that I do, but it does benefit you to define what that is for you. What are your values? What are your beliefs? This is very important, because if you don't know what you believe in, It makes it very hard to decipher what is for you, what is aligned with you, and what is not. I've been able to, through recovery, to really, really detailed. I mean, you should see my desk right now. It's just notebooks all over the place, right? My computer is also in front of me. So it's just, I'm typing, I'm writing, I'm typing, I'm writing. I'm writing in multiple notebooks. Those of you who know me, I've always had at least like 15 notebooks going at any one time. But it's because I'm a writer. It's a beautiful revelation that I've come to through being in recovery. The only way I could have known that is being sober. Because when I'm fucking high or drunk or in a love addiction bender, I can't see that. I just think I'm crazy. I think I'm going insane or I'm bipolar, because you know what? I am. I am in those moments. It is very realistic. You know, the holistic psychologist posted yesterday about how bipolar disorder is the biggest, something like it needs to be normalized, because it's just dysregulation. All of these disorders are just dysregulation, right? You're not able to regulate your own nervous system because you have so many things. First of all, you have so many stressors coming from your past, coming up from, you know, the depths of your soul. And then you have the pressures that you're putting on top of it, like whatever addictions, whatever toxins you're imbibing in to numb out that feeling. So it's this huge farce. It's a cycle of insanity. It's a cycle of insanity, literally. So you're keeping yourself insane by trying to will through it, thinking, I can get myself out of this. I got to get myself out of this. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I'm successful. I'm a world traveler. I can do this. But the truth is, when you get really, really honest with yourself, you can't. You can't. You haven't found the solution yet. And how old are you? I'm 44. I hadn't found the solution yet up until August 1st. No, somewhere in August, I came into recovery. I finally surrendered. I realized, I had a self-realization that, oh fuck, I'm really fucked. Like, I'm really fucking myself here. And that is the point where the insanity started to shift into sanity, doing something different to get a different result. You have to do something different. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If something changes, something changes. And then other things change, right? It's this cycle. So we have to break the cycle somewhere. So all that said, we need to be really grateful that we get redirected sometimes, because rejection, whether it's our body rejecting something that we put into it, whether it's our immunity rejecting the poisons that we're toxifying ourselves with, or the trauma that we haven't realized has culminated in this physical manifestation of pain, irritation, inflammation, heartbreak, heart palpitation, cancer. Cancer is just sugar in the cells, too much. It's a foreign body, right? That is not part of you, that has formed around something that you've put into it that doesn't work. It doesn't work here. So something needs to be shifted or changed. Sorry, I'm just seeing, oh, yeah, something out the window. So we need to be grateful when we get a redirection, when we get a rejection, because it's the same thing like you got a splinter. Your skin rejects the splinter. It starts to push it towards the top, right? You cut yourself, your skin tries to heal. That's a rejection. That's a nope, we don't want to cut ourselves. We want to, you're under the water and your body goes, comes up to the surface. That big burst of trying to get you to the air again is a rejection of being stifled, being almost dying, right? Rejection is actually your physical body and spirit and all the powers that be saying, we're not going there. We're running in the other direction. Redirection. So it's going to make you feel like, crazy because it's something different, right? Because you're in the cycle of insanity and you like it. You're cozy there. You're like, yep, know this, predictable. I can't get out of it. Can't do anything. Anything's impossible. And you're wondering why I keep repeating to myself over and over again these mantras, but I'm not doing anything differently. It's like I can run around in a fucking circle all my life. It's like Simone Soul of Fearless Marketing for Facebook. She had one live where she was like, I'm not going to get there if I just meditate for all day. It's not about that, right? And I've been telling you forever, 5 years at least, that like yoga and meditation is going to be it for you. When really, I didn't know that it wasn't that. I'm sorry. I didn't know. But now that I know, now that I have actually broken the cycle of insanity and have restored myself to sanity with the power greater than me, with my higher power, now I know that it's possible. And I'm so grateful for that redirection, every single one of them, right? All those times when I was on my knees, broken, so devastated that I could not move. I used to curl up in my bed for days and just wail and curse the universe, curse God, curse Goddess, curse my ancestors, curse everyone that brought me to this. Why? Why do I have to feel this way? And all I was doing was resisting actually feeling. It's like if I could have just broken the cycle of being in that, reliving every moment of that insanity, because the things that I was in recovery from were these dopamine hits, this like extreme infatuation with a person to make them my higher power, to make them greater than everything else, which they're not. Nothing's greater than everything else. Everything else is everything else. Of course it's greater because it's everything. It's all. Nothing is higher than that because it's everything. You can't take a little piece of it. That's not higher power. It's everything. Every single thing. Everything. So nothing can be higher than that. And yourself has to be included in that because you are in communion. Right? It's so funny. I used to take Holy Communion in church, like body of Christ, communion, as if that was connecting me to my higher power. It wasn't. What my mind went to was like, this is a really shitty wafer and it tastes stale and I don't even like this. That took me even further away from higher power. I'm in God's house. And just funny little tangent there, but I digress. So what we really need to be grateful for are those redirections, are those rejections. I was living in Cambodia and I had several things just reject me where I was living. Like the place I was working rejected me. A friend of mine told me flat out, I don't accept you for these reasons. And I was devastated. All these things really devastated me because I'm living my life thinking that I'm a good person and that I'm trying hard and I have good intentions. And the world is telling me otherwise. And it was just trying to tell me, change something. This doesn't work. You're not meant to be here. Do your own thing. For example, that's one of them that I had a really hard time accepting, that I shouldn't be working for other people. I need to work for myself. Hello. I'm me. I'm a Leo, right? North Node. I have to be solo. I can't be on a team. I don't actually work well in teams. Sports, yeah. But in a work environment, I'm really not great at teamwork. Ooh, that's so hard to say, but I'm not. I have really strong opinions and ideas, and I had a lot of issues with seniority because I don't just obey or just have respect for you if you don't show me that the things that you're aligned with, I'm not aligned with. So that really doesn't work when I'm working for a company that doesn't share the same values as me. So I have to be in a place that shares my values or else I can't do it. I can't operate. I can't be untruthful. At least I had that, right? I had the ability to not be able to devalue myself in the workplace. And it got me into a lot of trouble in the workplace. But what it ultimately led me to was being rejected and then rejecting them. And ultimately left the final place that I worked because I just couldn't, it didn't work anymore. Like, I was being rejected for good reason. I'm very glad. I'm so grateful. I'm appreciative of, you know, maybe not the methods through which I received that or the messengers of the messages, but it all led me to where I am today. So I'm curious, coaching cue of the day, and this is all also around the Lilith theme, rejection. So Lilith, this is a point, an astrological point in your birth chart. I offer astrological birth chart readings specific to several points, not your whole chart. I'm not that kind of astrologer. I'm not an astrologer. I'm a connector. I'm a spiritual guide. I see what is there from what I've learned, and I just show you what's there, and then ask for you to reflect back what that means to you. You are your own healer. Nobody else is your healer, right? Nobody else is like, oh, I know this little secret about you, and you need to do this. Here's what I see. Is that valid? Is that right? Does that align? Or is that a rejection? So I'd love to hear from you. What part of your life do you feel like you were cast out? Because that's Lilith's story, right? Being cast out of the Garden of Eden. After feeling like she was very aligned, she was perfectly, she was in that cycle, right? The insanity cycle. It was like, yeah, we're ruling the world, Jesus. Like, didn't have no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I just ran. But she is this like mastress of her own domain, her own sexuality specifically, and owning her power within that. And she was asked to leave, right? I said Jesus before, but Adam kicked her out. He was like, well, if you can't be subservient to me, you can't stay. And she didn't freak out. She didn't burn the house down or the whole garden down like Kali might have, right? And there's a beautiful, beautiful, oh my God, like so powerful 2-hour seminar Chani Nicholas and her team produced, 2 other astrologers with her. Oh my God, it's like divine. I'll put the link in the description. It's on YouTube as well. Holy shit, it's so insightful, so poetic, so like I want to like distill the things that really resonated for me from it. But I was just on this long bike ride of like 2 hours yesterday listening to it, and I was just like, just basking in the wisdom in those stories. But Lilith is that, this is about Lilith, this special, it's on her podcast too. You could probably get to it through the Chani app. I'm like advertising for Chani, but I love her. She's fucking wonderful. Because Lilith is this point in our chart that is the rejection, the denial, you're not invited, right? It's like Alanis Morissette's song, but you're not alone, you're uninvited, an unfortunate strife. Not perfect. I'm working on it, but I love singing, so forgive me. Please forgive me. What are the parts of your life? And you can find this out through the position of the Lilith point in your chart. I've learned through the Chani podcast YouTube video, you have a black moon Lilith. I didn't even know this part. You have black moon Lilith, you have dark moon Lilith, and you have the point in your chart that is Lilith. So, wow. There you go. I need to rewatch it to see like what the difference is between what astroseek.com gives you. Anyways, this will be the area of your life. So the sign that you have Lilith in is the archetypal, is where in your life, through what window or house, right? The themes, the archetypal themes, where this shows up in your life, where this rejection, where this feeling left out or kicked out, right? She was kicked out of the Garden of Eden. And an interesting thing I learned in the Channy app is that she came back as the snake in the Garden of Eden. Lilith comes back. And it's almost to say, like Eve, you know, the snake brings the apple. It's like, eat the temptation. The temptation is what's going to break you out of the cycle. So there's also something about this rebellious nature. She's very rebellious. She's wild. She's hairy. She's got talons for claws on her feet. Like, she's a human, but she's a goddess. So she's like, and she's like grotesque. And at the same time, enchanting and desirous, you know, compulsive, desirous. So she really embodies this whole sex and love addiction archetype to me, because she sees what the cycle is and she breaks it. She's the original cycle breaker. She's who women follow who walked away from the patriarchy, literally. I mean, she went and taught shamanism around the world from there. She was like, all right, you're going to kick me out? That's cool. Like, I mean, it's not cool, but like, I'm not going to try to stay where I'm not valued, you know? And it reminds me of that whole stay where you're celebrated. Go where you're celebrated. So she went and formed her own tribe. She went and formed her own gaggle of witches. She went and taught the spiritual arts that she was gifted in. She incanted God's name. She was like, I'm here too, because God is not just a man. God is the divine couple, the divine masculine and feminine. Higher power is both energies. And when they come together and can agree with each other within you, it's not male or female, within your psyche, within your soul, within your spirit, within your heart, within your body, when you can do enough actively and when you can rest enough as well, when you can overindulge in goodness and cut out or reject evil from yourself, like what's toxic to you, then you will have achieved connection. We call it samadhi in the yogic tradition, the complete absorption in self, because you are God, you are higher power. We all are. We are all an inextricably interconnected part of the all. The all can't be the all without you, without every single one, right? So we need this energy and we need cycle breakers. Maybe that's why I'm coming on, because we need you to step in and break the cycle where you can, to do differently. Because thinking about it, having an awareness about it is not enough. We cannot just have these epiphanies and these aha moments. You know, people think about coaching like, oh yeah, you know, you come to coaching and you create what's called an agreement, right? What do you want? What are you here for? What do you want? What do you want to get out of this? And I stick it to you. Like, you have to decide. You have to put it into very simple words, just like your, what is it called? Your sankalpa, your intention in a yoga nidra practice, right? It's all related. It's all like this infinite silk, you know, gossamer thread that floats through all of life. It's amazing. So you set an intention. You set an intention for your coaching session. This is what I'm here for today. This is what I want to walk away with, you know, just like Lilith walks away from the Garden of Eden. This is what I want to walk away with. What am I taking with me? You know, it's like it always reminds me of The Jerk, you know, Steve Martin, like when he invents the little thing for your glasses, but then he ends up being cross-eyed and everybody goes cross-eyed. So he loses his fortune because he gets sued by all these people that need like corrective eye surgery. And he's like at the pit. I think it's called the money pit, right? Yeah, it's called the money pit. So he loses his fortune and he's like collecting all of his stuff, and the the bill collectors are coming to like take things out of his house, and he's like in his bathrobe with his slippers, like, this is all I need, and like grabbing a lamp, and this is all I need, and you're stripped of nothing. So there Lilith is in the Garden of Eden being told, like, you know, we created this, it was heaven on earth, the Garden of Eden. It was flourishing, it was full of true, pure, divine love, the divine masculine and feminine together, united. And then one gets a little scared that she's going to take over and be too powerful. And he tells her to stand down, you know? Get under me. You can't be on top of me. And so she says, okay, fine. I don't need you. I don't need this. I don't need to be here. I will go elsewhere. You can have all of it, right? You can have this beautiful, magical kingdom that we created, or kingdom and queendom that we created together. You can have it all, because what I need, what is all that I need, is within me. So I'm going to take up all of the parts of me. I'm going to re-heal myself or resurrect myself, and I'm going to move on. I'm not going to make a scene, you know? I'm not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do, just freak out. Jerry Maguire, right? But also, you don't complete me, Adam. I complete me. So that's what I'm calling on today, is everyone who, you know the cycle, you know, you're old enough. You've been here before. We've been seeing these cycles. You've had your Saturn return. That was around the age of 30. Like, you got it. And you figured it out. You've seen them. You know what you're doing. You just don't know how. Like, what's the thing that you can inject in that's going to break the cycle for you and restore you to sanity? And I guarantee you, if you call upon whatever your higher power is, they will help you. It will help you. The all is here to support you, without a doubt. So, yeah, what is that part of your life that you feel like you've been rejected from? You've been cast out, cast aside. You've been made to feel bad or wrong because of who or what you are, or what you believe in, or your why for existing, your purpose in life. If you've been held down and not allowed to be yourself. They also talk about this in the Channy thing. It's like Amy Winehouse had Lilith in, I think, Sagittarius, right? So it's like this need to seek, to explore, to break out. That's why she wrote the song, They Tried to Make Me Go to Rehab. And I said, no, 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 I am not. I'm not doing that. I am seeking something greater. That's not where I belong in this world. And, you know, she left this world, like, bye. You can argue any side of, you know, what we, if we choose to leave and when, but ultimately her addictions, from all that we can see, is what overcame her and did kick her out of this world, out of this physical manifestation. And so please, I beg of you, don't allow, you know, that's like why astrology, some people resist it so much, or why we resist spirituality, because we're afraid of it. But there's nothing to be afraid of. The only thing you have to fear is you putting too much emphasis on, I can't get it out of my head, Austin Powers. You're putting too much emphasis on the wrong syllable. You're putting too much emphasis on the wrong part of the cycle, right? It's like if we focus on the cycle, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? How, why? No, but then we never see it. We're in it. We're reliving it. Do something different to take yourself out of it and then see it from the outside. That's why meditation is so important. That's why sitting in stillness is so important. That's why regulating your nervous system is so important. And all these things you can learn in my programs, in my classes. So join me. Literally, join me for the Feminine Firing Squad. So essentially Lilith fires Adam, right? She's like, you're out. I know you said that I have to go, but it's like, you're fired. And she was like, well, you can't fire me. I quit. Peace, I'm out of here, you know? So where in your life Are you being pushed out? Where you can take back the ownership of that aspect of your life and say, no, 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 you're not kicking me out. I'm leaving. Goodbye. And the sooner you can do it, the better you will feel. Trust me, because I saw the writing on the wall of every one of the situations that left me in heart-wrenching, gut-puking devastation, because I took personal offense to them saying, okay, bye, instead of just saying, cool. I thought that too. So I thought I had to go too. So now I'm just going to go. Okay. And I'm going to take my whole self, my whole damn self. I'm not leaving anything with you. You get none of me. You get no more of this. I'm taking all of me and I'm going where I'm celebrated. I'm going where people ask me, what's going on with you? How you feeling? What do you need? What can I do for you? How can I show up for you? And all because I've already shown up for myself, right? And that's who I'm calling in. People in my tribe show up for themselves first. They put themselves first. It's a mandatory requirement for firing the toxicity that keeps you stuck in that cycle. It's mandatory. If Lilith did not have the ability to put herself first, she would have stayed and been subservient. No offense, Eve, but she would have been Eve, right? She would have just, okay, yes, sir, I'll be under you. We won't be equals anymore. It's like we built this whole thing hand in hand, motherfucker. Like we built the garden. Like we planted the seeds. We nurtured, we toiled the soil. We put like all of our compost in the fucking soil and we made this like a regenerative cycle that just keeps birthing new creations. And now you're going to be like, no, I own it. Fuck out of here. All right. She's not Eve, she's Lilith, and she was written out of the history books, just like the majority of you, right? No one listened to your story, no one let you speak up, they silenced you. But we don't have to get all mad about it. We don't have to get our panties all in a bunch and like fight anything, because all we're fighting really is ourselves. I'm not going to drink that poison and expect you to die, because I don't even want you to die. So what the fuck am I drinking the poison, right? I'm going to drink the nourishing elixirs of love, of juices that grow from the trees that I siphon myself by just squeezing oranges and mangoes and letting that kind of blood, like the strawberry juice, pour out. I'm going to feel the flavor, the skin of the actual fruits on my tongue. I'm going to taste the cornucopia of life for real. I don't want anything to do with toxins or poison or chemicals or dyes or anything fake. I don't want it. I have remnants of it. Like this very shirt has polyester and I got it in like fucking high school, you know? I still have those things, but they have different connotation in my life, you know? It's like, there's nostalgia in it. I'm not going to go buy another one that's made out of plastic. Come on. Put nice things on your skin. Eat whole foods, not the brand. Eat actual food in its whole form. As it comes out of the ground, eat it that way. Don't have it do 15 different processes to get it to a thing that you ultimately eat. Just eat the thing. Just eat the thing. Oh. Even juicing, I'm like, do we even need to juice? I mean, like, just eat the fucking fruit. Eat it. It's just, you don't need a blender. All the things that have so many processes. We have enough processes in our life, right? We have enough busyness and things to do. I have lists of things to do, books of things to do, that there's just not enough time. So like, just take the whole thing in its wholeness, just like you are in your wholeness. And then offer that to yourself first. And then from there, from that place of fullness, you only fill yourself up with things that are real, right? Your real love, that doesn't go away. Like no one else can have your unique connection to higher power. No one else. That's yours. That's yours alone. How do you, and again, higher power is everything. So how you relate to everything, right? Are you like being, and we all have moments that I'm not a fucking saint. I'm not perfect. I don't do things like, we're not striving for perfection. We're striving for practice. Practice makes practice. So as you practice this life, it's not just doctors and lawyers that have a practice. They're practicing on other people. You know, they're not practicing law within themselves. They're not practicing surgery on their own fucking arm. It's a practice of other things. We get to practice life on ourselves. So in your daily practice, what are you practicing? And if it's a cycle that you need to break, how are you practicing breaking that cycle consistently every day? If you're doing the same thing and expecting a change, that's insanity. You can't get there. You can't. It's proven. So do something different. Inject something different into your life instead of injecting something that somebody tells you to inject into your body. Yes. Or injecting a thought into your mind that you heard someone else say. Stop repeating it over and over again. Believe me, I know. I was verbally abused for 42 years. Bye. Bye. Just bye. You know, nothing more needs to be said. You can't reason with crazy. Bye. Wish all the best. I love you, you know? Peace. Seriously, peace. Please have some peace. Find some peace for yourself. This is all our abusers and perpetrators need, is some peace. Adam needed some peace to resolve his own fear of being overtaken. I'm not here to overtake you. I'm here to share the wealth. I'm here to be with you on this journey, period. I'm here to help you. If I have any resources that you need, I'm here to provide them if they do not compromise what I need to thrive. Period. Right? I don't need a reason. I can just say, yes, I can give you this, or no, I cannot. No one needs to justify their boundaries. Anyways, this is getting into my program. So sign up for it. It's a $30 call to just sign up to talk to me about the program. I'll have the link. That is just so that I know you actually interested, because nobody shows up if it's free. You won't show up for the call. You won't do it for yourself. So make it something. It's a small loss, right? If you get nothing from it, I guarantee you're going to get something from it. I'm giving you 2 free worksheets just for coming. And all you have to do is ask, right? Like Amanda Palmer, The Art of Asking. If you want something else for that $30, better be good, but I might give it to you. So you might as well ask me, you know? I'm not going to give you the whole program for $30. Give me a break. It's over $3,000 for the program, but it's a lifetime program. Like, what do you want? Yeah, so click the link in my description, sign up for the 1 call. You're going to go to Calendly and you're going to schedule a date and a time that's available on my calendar to book in a $30 call with me. You're going to pay via PayPal. You can use a credit card. And we're going to have a conversation for 60 minutes about what it is that you need. And maybe it's around this theme of Lilith. Maybe it's where is my Lilith? And what do I want to become aware of in that 60 minutes that's going to help me to make a change in my life. Doesn't that sound good? It sounds great. I want to sign up. I'm booking a call with myself. I've already made many, many calls with myself. I self-coach because that's what I do, right? I'm a coach. Anywho, so sign up for that. It's a wonderful program. In my program, you get an entire year, 52 weeks of live streams, 1 per week, self-healing. There will be a pranayama in 52 sessions. There will be some meditation, some working with somatics built in. There will be a coaching question or a theme to ponder. Some of them are personal responsibility and boundary setting, and goddess wisdom. So, you know, heart essence, showing up for yourself. What does self-care mean? These are just some examples. There's 52 of them. I can't list them all. You will also get access to my entire library of classes. Yoga Nidras, Goddess Yoga Nidras, Astrology of the Moon Restorative Yoga, Astrology of the Moon Yoga Nidra. And I might throw in some of my other programs, but really those are for purchase as well. You can purchase my 7-day self-love journaling challenge. You can purchase my Moon Wisdom course. You can purchase my pranayama and meditation 7-day challenge. I mean, these are all things that you can do. And concurrently, I'm going to start teaching a program, 15-minute self-transformation practice. Because I know y'all have been asking me for years to shorten this stuff. And look, I'm already at 40 minutes on this video, but that's okay, because I got a lot to say, and this was a really cool topic. Don't you agree? I'm going to start producing 15-minute practices, because everyone always says I have no time, and I understand you. There is a lot that we want to fit into each day, right? You have to be a sister and a mother and a friend and reparent yourselves and feed yourself and clothe yourself and bathe yourself and dress yourself and transport yourself and fulfill roles at work. You have to make money. You have to spend money. You have to give. You have to recover and heal and therapize and, you know, everything. You have to do everything. You do. Life is hard. Lifing is hard. It is. It's not easy. It's just not, you know, like the Buddhists believe. Life is suffering, dukkha. So we have to find a way to not exponentiate the dukkha. We don't want double and triple dukkha. We don't want to feel bad about our suffering. We don't want to be stressed out and then get sick because we're suffering so much and we're so worried about it. We don't want to like forget to look both ways before we cross the street and get run over by a fucking truck and, you know, break our leg or die or something while we're in the middle of being stressed out and suffering and worried. And, you know, like, come on, let's limit the suffering. Let's bring the suffering to a compact little ball and then just blow it away, right? Let's do some feather dusting, as one of my favorite clients used to say. It just needs some feather dusting, because it's gotten a little bit, maybe it's a little creaky, it's a little bit old, antiquated, it doesn't fit anymore. The practices you used to do don't really fit your life. You know how many yoga teachers out there are just feeling like, yeah, because this is how I felt, right? I've been practicing yoga for 25 years. 24, I'm exaggerating, 24. Getting ahead of myself. That'll be next year. But the practice that you've done for so long, even if you did it for years and years and years and it always worked and it's a surefire thing, it doesn't always fit into your life anymore. It doesn't work because there's other things that are taking priority or precedence. So we have to be able to be forgiving to ourselves and say, all right, I can't do it that way anymore, but here's what I get from it. Here's what I value in it. And so I'm going to shift it a little bit to this. So that's what my challenge is to shift all of my wisdom into a 15-minute bucket when I used to do it for an hour and 30 minutes. So I'm going to do it. I'm doing it for you because, you know what? I realized myself that I need that too. I need to be able to bing, bang, bongo, get in, get out, right? Move, meditate, peace. I'm out of here. I love saying it. Sorry, I'm not going to stop. Sorry, not sorry. So that's your homework assignment is right in the description. Send me an email, holisticintuitioncoach@gmail.com. Schedule a session to learn more about the program. Request a yoga nidra, a goddess yoga nidra. They're $20. A restorative yoga class based on the astrology of your sun, your moon, whatever. And I can tell you all that in my birth chart class, which is $120 an hour. But, you know, you get a lot of info out of that. I can't tell you that in a $30 session for an hour. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to get into the heart of what you really need and want. So yeah, you got some options. What I'd really love to hear from you though is what area of your life, or what's that issue, what's that thing that's just been gnawing at you, you know, that's been like, get out of here. You don't belong here. You gotta leave. Because I left many things in my life. It'll be in my upcoming book. But I had to walk away from corporate New York City life. I had to walk away from my father when all I wanted was his love. You know, in my corporate New York City job, all I wanted was to be recognized and to earn a certain salary that I'd set for myself. Never got there. Never got my father's love. My father literally has told me in writing, I do not agree with anything about your choices, your life, the way you've lived, nothing. So that's the story of Lilith right there. It's like, I don't approve of you. I don't accept you. I don't love you. I don't. Said it in words, you know, like I love you, but there should be no but in love, right? Unless you get freaky like that, right? That's sex. That's different than love. Let's get real, okay? That's not even intimacy. That's sex. You can like my booty, right? You can like it all you want. I know you do. That is not love. So love, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, you got to give yourself what you need, right? If somebody, that's what it was. Adam is saying, get out. I don't love you. I don't need you. You're not welcome here. You're not accepted here. So I was like, fine, peace. I'll go around the world looking for love, all the wrong places. Looking for nub. I hope you guys get some of these references. Looking for nub and in all the wrong places. Looking for nub. That was Eddie Murphy doing a skit on Saturday Night Live, I think. So funny. Anyway, what's the area of your life that you feel like you're being cast out of, you're being rejected from, you're not allowed in, you're being denied, your voice is not being heard, you're being silenced, stifled, held down, suffocated. You know, like the witch trials. The pillows over your head, you're being choked out, you're being drowned. You have like, you know, ropes tied around your ankles and a bag of rocks and you're being thrown into the river. You can't breathe under there, right? That's that resuscitating masculine energy. The divine energy is saving you. That's when you come up to the surface like, I need to breathe. So what is that area of your life that you need to breathe in? You need to breathe life into. You need to speak your truth. There is breath work for this. I'll teach it in another video. But I would love to hear what that area is and what action you will take today from having heard this video, right? And maybe there's multiple epiphanies. I hope so. I hope it relates to you. I hope it strikes a chord in your being, right? Because that's right. I'm trying to change that. Where's the cycle that has me saying right all the time? Just wrong. That's what I'll do. Every time I say right, I'll say wrong. What action will you take today that will be different, that will be nourishing, nutrient dense, loving, compassionate, kind, sweet, caring? This essence of, I'm Taurus, so I love working with Venus, the energy of love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. What action will you take? What divine masculine action, because that's ego, that's drive, that's purpose, that's the Aries god of war. What action will you take that will break a cycle 1%? Because all you got to do is poke into it to start that from, oh my God, I just had this vision of like a biopsy. Also, don't get a fucking biopsy, please. Do not get a biopsy. Probably going to be banned from YouTube, but don't get a biopsy. Don't let someone puncture a cancer cell inside of you and let the cancer leak out into the rest of your body. Don't let them do it. Thank you. People have survived. I'm not saying it's, you know, but just don't, right? Don't drink petrol, which a lot of foods have petrol in them. You think it sounds silly or ridiculous. It's not. You are eating petrol. Again, another video for another time. What 1%, what action will you take that will change or break, just puncture into the cycle? 1%. Today and every day. You have to make this a daily habit. And I'm just curious what area of your life is. And then if you schedule a call with me, we can look at where your Lilith is and just be like, whoa, total mind blow. That's the total area of the thing that I'm trying to break free from. Wow. Yeah, exactly. So then you can look at the house and the sign and that in the position and what other planets are interacting with it to see, you know, what makes up this magnificent being that you are. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. But you gotta love you. It's not about if I love you. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to channel from divine source, but like, it's gotta come through you. You do you, okay?